Please state your name for the record.
Ivy Shaw.
Mrs. Shaw, were you acquainted with the victim, Raymond Loafer?
No, I've never met him before.
Can you tell us where you were between the times of 5 p.m. and 8 p.m. last July 11th, the night of the murder?
I get home from work right about 5 p.m. every evening. That night, I left my house around 7:30 to go for a jog and started on my normal route. It was almost 8 p.m. when I saw a man lying on the ground up ahead. I thought maybe he had passed out, so I ran over to help, but as I got closer, I saw he was surrounded by a pool of what I assumed to be his own blood. I went over to see if there was something I could do, but when I checked for a pulse, there was nothing. Then I called 911 and waited until officers arrived at the scene.
No further questions. Please state your name for the record.
Howard Waller.
How do you plead?
Innocent.
How did you know Raymond Loafer?
He was a friend of mine.
Isn't it true that you had issues with Mr. Loafer?
Yeah, that's true.
What kind of issues?
I owed him money that I was having trouble repaying.
What did you owe him money for?
I lost all of my investments to ceramic ducks.
Ducks?
Ceramic ducks.
How much money did you owe Mr. Loafer?
$2,500.
And you owed all of it towards the ducks?
Yes, that's right.
Did you have the means to repay Mr. Loafer?
No, that's why we argued so much about it.
Did you intend on completing a full reimbursement?
Yes, of course. We both knew I wouldn't have been able to pay him back for a while, but Ray kept insisting that he needed it. It seemed urgent, but I didn't have the money to give to him.
Several people have explained that you and Mr. Loafer have had arguments over these dismemberments shortly before his murder. Is that true?
Yeah, that's true.
Could this argument be described as menacing?
I suppose that argument was particularly intense.
When you say that argument, does that mean in the past you've had arguments about the money you owed?
Yeah, we argued about it several times over the months before his murder.
Mr. Waller, can you tell us where you were between the times of 5 p.m. and 8 p.m. last July 11th?
I was at home watching my programs.
Is there anyone who can account for your whereabouts?
No, I was at home alone.
Can you tell us why some of your hair was found on the body of the victim?
No, I cannot.
I find Howard Waller guilty for the murder of Raymond Loafer and sentence him to 60 years in prison. I lost my gavel.